Now a first down throw, Fields. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
On first down, Fields. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 22-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. Here's Fields. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
Oh, nice move. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up second down. Out of the gun, Smith. It's caught, Lockett. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A first look here for DJ Dallas. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. From just shy of midfield, Smith completes it to Fant on the right side. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Smith's throw into the hands of Lockett. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4-4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 10 more there and another first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off. The 40, 20, 10. And they will score. Pick 6 for the Bears, touchdown. Well, what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps an early case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came to expect the offense to light this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. On the return from his end zone, Godwin Igwebuike. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. A costly mistake there in the return game, and that is not how you want to answer an opening touchdown.
Yeah, and your defense is asking you a lot of questions right now because you're already down 7-0. You turn the ball over, they've got to go right back out there to try and keep it from getting to 14-0.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Out of the gun, Fields rolling to his right. This is caught. Touchdown! David Montgomery, 27 yards. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he takes it all the way, but there is a flag down, so hold the celebration. This one's coming back.
Holding.
So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Back to throw, Smith. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's taken in by the tight end, Fant. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. They'll run for it. It's Walker. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short the line to gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Flushed out right. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the gun, here's Fields. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Darnell Mooney, 31 yards. And the Bears have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Now the point after try for Santos. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And that's going to be caught downfield by Fant. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Walker now at 1st and 10. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. On 2nd and 11 now. Smith. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. A big gain of 5. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. and able to haul it in. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Geno now to throw. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Marquise Goodwin, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks get a bit closer. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Ebner going to elect to bring this out of the end zone here. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Chicago offense set to get started. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a give running right is Montgomery. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
If there's one thing they are lacking in, is confidence. They took a big and maybe unnecessary risk going for that 4th down. He put them on his shoulders, though, and paid off the big-time gamble.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Fields. He's got a man here. It's Montgomery. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 64 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown. I guess he's got to wait to try to pick up that 3rd, isn't it?
I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. 2nd down and goal. Fields. Touchdown, Bears. Velus Jones. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Bears are able to add on to their first half lead. Santos now to add the PAT. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was Velus Jones who finished things off with a touchdown grab. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Geno Smith getting ready to go again here on offense. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
Now Geno on first down. He completes this to Walker. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Second and 11 at the 41. On second down, it's Walker. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on third down, Smith. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 33.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Touchdown, Chicago!
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Santos with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Jordan Brooks with it. And the Seahawks will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot here before break. Smith letting one go deep for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we come. Well, you can't skip halftime on Sundays, but you can right here. So it's over, and on to the 3rd quarter we march. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Geno Smith getting ready to go again here on offense. And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half 2 after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates.
A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the Bears will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete there to St. Brown. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Darnell Mooney, 43 yards. And the Bears have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Now the point after try for Santos. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably going out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Looking to throw again on second down. Smith. Going right back to Fant. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. On second down, a run with Dallas. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Smith. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. From the gun, here's Smith. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Geno Smith. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are able to at least get one score back. This time, the extra point up and good. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Darnell Mooney and the rest of this offense ready to go again. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Take him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade is going to happen, but good thought. Now it's Fields off the bootleg. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him to find it.
There he goes, right side. The 20. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears just continue to roll. Santos now to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And the final act was the David Montgomery touchdown reception. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Geno. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, for the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback, and give him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I think it's safe to say they've made some questionable decisions out there so far. Force and throws in the tight coverage has already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he's fortunate on that one not to have another turnover.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker, and the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game, and Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group. That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
And this will be caught by Mooney. Touchdown! Darnell Mooney, 40 yards. And the Bears get another 3rd-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Now the point after try for Santos. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tiny 2-play drive that time. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Igwebuike to return it from his end zone here. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And the ball now going back over to Seattle Seahawks offense. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. He wants it all for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is what...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Now a throw to the end zone on first down. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He's going to try and go deep again.
Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know that...
And he goes down, and it's in the end zone. Smith goes down in that end zone. That is a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? That's what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Darnell Mooney and the rest of this offense ready to go again.
What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jamal Adams.
And the Seahawks will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On 1st and 10, Smith. And that is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
To the air again, Smith. And now here's another interception.
Kyler Gordon picks it off, and the Bears will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Fields
being chased out left. And my goodness, another interception.
Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks will take over possession here up at the 44.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, You're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So,
no, it's out. Smith lost it. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Throwing now is Geno. This one goes underneath to Walker. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. They'll roll him out right. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
Completes it to Fant on the right side. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Bears are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws. Right?
And now here's another interception. Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Tony, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Geno down to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Bears force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
On play action, Fields. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Uchenna Nwosu. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They think they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to run incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball.
And my goodness, another interception. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 20, 10. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. What a play. The big man comes up with the interception. reception. Puts together, Charles, a nice little return, too.
Yeah, he's not going to make anybody forget Darrell Green or Rod Woodson, but look at him lug that thing. He decided it was his. A lot of people might have thought about lateraling it there. No shot. Trying to take it the distance.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. That one looks like he'll throw here. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. But at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there's a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. Well, he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. He's at the 50. The 30. 10. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal. Following the fumble recovery, Smith flush to his right. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for 2. Gino's going to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of him.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. One last throw here for Smith. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.